I have no idea why they decided to have a direct so early in the morning on such short notice, but that's just the way that Nintendo works nowadays. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. You are watching Zedlos Live, where today, and only today, we are checking out the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2, and it begins in just 12 minutes. This came out of nowhere, and I think that it makes a lot of sense as to why this is happening and why we haven't gotten a generic 40-minute length Nintendo Direct, because every first-party Nintendo game that has been announced back in April still has yet to be released. I believe that this is the last of the first-party collection. My phone just fell on the ground. I think this is the last of the first-party, collection of games that were announced. We had Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World, and now we have Kirby Air Riders. And outside of, I guess, Nintendo Classics on the GameCube, there that pretty much does it for the main first-party Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive original titles. Of course, there is still Kirby and the Forgotten Land expansion pack for Switch 2 with the Star-Crossed Worlds that's coming out actually in 9 days, which is pretty exciting. I am going to be getting my hands on that because, I mean, I was a huge fan of the Forgotten Land, and it's only 20 bucks. So if there's one thing that I have appreciated, having invested in Nintendo first parties during the Switch 1 generation, it's that going back to a lot of these enhancements, you're not paying full price again, I guess, but at the same time, you're going and paying additional cost for a game that came out 3 years ago at full price and still hasn't gone down in value. On one hand, that's because it just shows how valuable these games are, but on the other hand, it's because Nintendo decides on their own front that their prices should not be dropping. But that's whatever. You know, I never grew up playing Kirby Air Ride. Truth be told, I was a huge Kirby fan, still am a huge Kirby fan, but I never owned it for myself. I had a GameCube and everything, but I would spend a lot of my time, like if I was playing Kirby Air Ride, it was at my buddy's house who also had a GameCube, but he and his dad actually owned Kirby Air Ride, and they played together all the time. But yeah, I wasn't super into it. I never actually went back and revisited it until the mode came out for Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. That was Smash Run, where you and 3 other friends could connect to each other's 3DSs through local wireless multiplayer. And you would be put in a subspace emissary-like sandbox mode where you're defeating mobs, killing enemies, and you're building your character's stats for a final showdown at the end against all the other players. You never ran into other players across the map, but what you did do was collect stats to fight those other players, or compete, I guess I should say, because the final round would go in range between it was a final showdown fight, or maybe it was just a race to the finish. So you never really knew what stats you were going to be utilizing the most, so you just wanted to focus on building a really nice all-around type, which I think harmed the game mode in the end. And the fact that it was stuck to the 3DS version was pretty bad for it. I loved Smash 3DS more than the Wii U version, and I think Smash Run existing was a reason for that personally. I thought that was just super awesome. But yeah, that's that's been my background knowledge of Kirby and the like. So yeah, there was also, I woke up this morning to an update from my Switch that there is a new Mario Kart World update, because of course there is. Of course there is a new update with Mario Kart. It's 1.2.1. You guys can see it actually here in the corner if I go via the internet. It's actually already updated. But it says 1.2.1, which I think is a little interesting. For some reason, there's just some weird audio stuff going on with my Elgato, but that's fine. We're not really, we're not going to be playing I don't anticipate playing any games today. This is just for the direct. I didn't expect to be streaming. I'm spending the rest of my day with family today after this in the afternoon. That's going to be my day objective. Good morning, Matthew. How are you doing? How are you doing? Thanks for joining me on this fine morning. Nobody wants to wake up this early unless they have to, and you know, for my day-to-day work is usually, it's very much client-based, so it's not a consistent thing every day. But thankfully, my body has been trained. My body has been trained to wake up at this hour. Because you know what? Sometimes you just gotta be a functioning member of society, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not anticipating playing any games today, unless they just decided out of nowhere, and if Sakurai was like, that's the other thing. I felt more open to doing this because it's Sakurai. We haven't seen Sakurai give a presentation directly from Nintendo since he announced Sora was being in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that was October of 2021. It's been 4 years since Nintendo has given Sakurai the floor. He's had his own YouTube channel since then. And he ended his YouTube channel by saying, hey guys, my next big game is in development, but I'm not telling you which one it is. And it ended up being this follow-up to Kirby Air Ride. And I think what people are saying online that I think is a possibility is they're going to shadow drop the original Kirby Air Ride that you guys are seeing on the screen over here. They're going to be shadow dropping the original Kirby Air Ride on Nintendo Classics for GameCube on the Switch. And I don't know if I'd want to adjust my schedule for the day to just play a game that I didn't grow up with. It's a game that I really appreciate and respect because it was fine-tuned and reworked for a game that I absolutely adored growing up, being Smash Run, like we just talked about. But I also just don't see myself using it. I was a big expansion pack advocate when the service first came out. And because that's when I was still really in like my peak era of using my Switch portably. I think I just got my hands on the Switch OLED about 6 months before they announced the Game Boy Advance service, and hence the expansion pack service. So I was using my Switch portably a lot, and I was like, I can finally play my GBA games on a screen through a console if I wanted. But if I wanted to use it as a Game Boy, I can walk around and use it like that, which is something I had to give up when I wanted to start playing my Game Boy ROMs on my PC because I couldn't bring my PC everywhere. And then a year later, I got a Steam Deck, and then I loved using my Steam Deck. I still love using my Steam Deck, but that thing is just so bulky. I was like, I just completely fell out of portable gaming, and then I got a Switch 2, and I'm back into portable gaming. So, I don't know. GameCube games just aren't something that I really go out of my way to play handheld. My buddy Dave, he loves playing his GameCube games on his phone. He's a big mobile emulator guy. So you know, big props to that. For a while, I was really into playing like Mario Kart Wii on handheld, but I think that's just because it was so taboo to me at the time. Like, oh my god, I can do this now? That's so sick. But yeah, that's just where we are now. But I think it is time that we head over to the game screen. I am excited to see what this direct is. I'm just excited to see Sakurai. 45 minutes, dog. 45 minutes of an entire presentation. Like, how can you not be excited to talk to Sakurai for 45 minutes? It's not about Smash Brothers, but at the same time, I don't care. I'm out of my Smash Brothers hype. I mean, when the next game inevitably gets announced, because the sad reality is that there's going to be another one, I'll be excited. The hype train will take off, and I will break something in my room, probably just out of pure excitement. But but that day is not here yet. The day for Kirby Air Riders is here, and I do believe that we should get into it, so let's do just that. All right. All right, guys. We have got it. I feel like older softwares, especially with Nintendo, with the older consoles versus handheld devices, I definitely think that some games meant specifically can work with handheld play. Pikmin 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, I absolutely know what you're talking about there. It's the exact reason. It's the exact reason why, unfortunately, Mario and Luigi did not transition well to the Nintendo Switch. And while I cannot wait to make the time to play this, I want to play through the other 5 games in the series before we get to this one. And this is still factory sealed. I really, really want to play this, but but I do want to go in chronological order of the series. But before I go on a tangent, it's series like that. It's a perfect example where these games were founded on the Game Boy and then on the DS and then the 3DS. They were never meant for console, and then they got moved over to the Nintendo Switch so late into the Switch's lifespan that when people wanted to use it as a console experience, they wanted to experience this game as a console experience. They didn't want to because it just looked so crappy. And it worked better for the handheld anyway, but everyone wanted a handheld overhaul graphically and such. So I absolutely agree with the sentiment that there are a lot of games that like they were developed for home console, like Kirby Air Ride, and transitioned over to handheld. They're just not gonna. It's just that translation, excuse me, just isn't the same. And I think that that's going to be a big issue when it comes to incorporating into online, because of course they're going to incorporate, you can play online with your friends, but I don't think enough people buy into the expansion pack and also have friends that buy into it as well, where they can create lobbies and such to play together. That's my sentiment on the matter. I am curious as to what the chat is like. Everyone's freaking out because Silk Song, Pauline for Riders, let's go. Raise the price. Yeah, that's right, baby. Raise the price. Raise the price. That's what I'm talking about. My Switch 2 is upset at me because the battery is low on it. I'm gonna turn off my Switch right now. I just like having that. Also, NBA 2K23 on the Switch. Yeah, I have seen Switch Lite gameplay of 2K23, and it is a sight for sore eyes. And I say it's a sight for sore eyes. I say that in the wrong context because I think only the blind can look at it and not go blinder. Oh man, it's starting. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. All right. Come on, let's get into it, baby. Oh man, it's time. 1440p? Nah, we need the full experience here. We need the full experience. Guys, are we ready? Oh, we got lyrics. Is this the same person that did Undying Light? That wasn't what it was called. I don't think it is, but Kirby Air Ride. Direct. Here we go. Why is making a game so hard? Sakurai, you're looking kind of old nowadays. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow. No translator. No translator voiceover. Yeah, I want to know why. This is a big open lobby game, huh? Big live service game, huh? Oh, first gameplay. This looks like Smash. This looks like Smash in 4K resolution. Now you can choose your rider. I assumed as much. We got a rider collection. This is just Smash, dude. Ooh. Dude, I really like the style. But I'm okay. Heavyweight rider uses the raceway. It's hard. Yeah, see, there are different characters now. I'm pretty sure everyone was just a variation of Kirby in the original Kirby Air Ride, I think. Smash? Bandana D, baby. That's my boy, bro. Me and Bandana D go way back. Go way back. Crazy. Oh, it's so cool. You got the chef too. You got the chef be chefing it up. Yeah. Kirby could ride on various machines in that game. I like that. That's super cool. Sakurai looks a lot older. How we got here. Yes. Really? Really? I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought they wanted Kirby Air Ride to just be like kind of forgotten. Oh my god, guys, Smash mention! Oh my god! Yeah, Sakurai looked kind of miserable finishing off Smash. Yeah, oh my god, he's plugging his YouTube channel, bro. It's so funny. Dude, Sakurai's just like us now at this point. He just like us. Man, I love this. I love King DDD as well. Move on to the main topic, the actual game. Yeah. This is gonna be an hour long almost, dude. Yeah. If it's basically Mario Kart. I'm glad he's making the comparison right now. Yeah. But as fans of the original know, the appeal of the game is actually not the races. It's like the city mode, right? First look at gameplay. Oh crap. Is this the final logo? Yeah, like it's a racing game, but it's much more of like a city battle game is how they... Oh, that's cool. The UI is so weird. It's really been made. I assumed so. Yeah, right? Like, hey, this game's coming out in September. We haven't started development yet. I'll go over the basics of riding on the machines. This part's important, so pay attention. Okay, okay. Maybe I will. That one looks like a mouthful. It's kind of funny. Cool, cool. I'm liking this so far, gang. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna raise up the volume just a smidge. Just because it's already pretty quiet in comparison. There's no need to push any buttons. You don't need to lift. Really? Interesting. Use one button. It's called for boost charge. What effects are added? Oh, the UI, I guess. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like the tactile click sound effect. This looks, dude, this looks like it was made for Switch 1. That was just brought over to Switch 2. This, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This game looks low, like. Oh, jeez. Okay, look, they had to accommodate for 60 frames. They had to reach the 60 frames limit. While also having 4K, and it's a fast-paced game, so I'm gonna try and look up at the fact that this is an ugly-looking game graphically. Keep up the great stream. Thanks so much for tuning in, Matt. Have a great rest of your day. These aren't any specific flying areas. Ah, cool. That's sick. I like that. So the shortcuts are gonna be crazy. Yeah. I like that. I think I'm not gonna lie, just because of how the environments look, I think a lot of people are gonna dismiss this. Unfortunately, but that's just the reality of things. So there's a perfect landing feature. No way, they got tech in my Sakurai game? Special? They brought specials! Unfortunately. This is Sakurai's all about simplicity. That's why Smash Brothers is only played with 2 buttons. Press the special button once it's full. Whoa! Oh man, that's really cool. So DDD, okay, cool. Oh, there's unleash attacks. Oh my god, it's like the Smash Brothers item, guys. It's all references to Smash. Cool, cool. Nice. Oh, that's an interesting looking course. I like how that one looked. I'm really curious, how many people are actually tuned into this? 100,000 people, bro. Where's Waddle Doo? Specials look cool. Will someone read this? I just did, yeah. Dude, people don't seem disappointed. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't want disappointment. I don't want disappointment out of this. It's another game for the Switch. Snowball. I'm glad they did this screen. Is there going to be local multiplayer up to, like, is there going to be, like, local up to 4 players? And will it run at 30? Cappy? But that's not Cappy. That's from Mario Odyssey. Wonder how many people would say that. It'd be kind of funny. Lessons. Oh wow, dude, this is Smash Core. The menus are Smash Core. I feel like I can't help myself but compare it to Smash, dude. It's just the most recent thing in his repertoire. Other than that was Kid Icarus. Machine Collection. The music's so gas too. I'm really liking his music. Winged Star. Winged Star. Sick. Sick. Wagon Star. So are they all stars? Can't boost charge, but has a higher performance. So it's probably got really good handling. Ooh, wheelie bike? That's dope. If I were to buy this game, I'd cop the wheelie bike. I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know if I would get this game if it was more than 60. I mean, we'll see, of course, but it'd be kind of crazy if it was like out of nowhere 50 bucks. Light as paper. Really good handling, I'm imagining. Really good handling and acceleration. Okay. The bulk star. Holy crap. Tough to damage. But it's insane to turn, right? It's ridiculous to turn. The swerve star. Ooh. Really? Dude, I kind of like that. There were 2 types of machines, a star type and a bike type. Oh man, new types, plural. Plural types. Chariot. Okay. Wow. So this is the accessibility star, accessibility type. Tank star. Probably has terrible turning radius. Oh wow. Whoa, that's actually really cool. Cool. Depending on the in-game rules, machines can end up half broken. Why do they get a speed boost? It's like a... interesting. Didn't we already talk about riders? Yeah, you could play as them. I like how you can change their machines. They're just characters again. Are you going to show off everything? So is everything in the game just like no surprises? We're just gonna get everything here. I'm totally cool with that. Gooey? Isn't Gooey from... Okay, no, it's not Final Fantasy. I'm getting confused with the sludge guy. Waddle Doo. Someone was mentioning Waddle Doo in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, people are freaking out now about it. Yeah, that's cool. Beam attack, Knuckle Joe, baby. Hell yeah, that's me. That's me in the game. They put me in the game. I used to look just like Knuckle Joe. Hi, Susie. What's going on, Susie? Smug, shiny entrepreneur. Just like me, for real. I like these menus, dude. Menus are cool. It's a more dynamic take on Smash Ultimate's UI, which was already based off of, I think, Persona 5. It was inspired by Persona, the Persona series, at least. You know, Sakurai's wife actually creates the UI elements in Smash Brothers. I wonder if it was the same for Kirby Air Riders. So there is a max HP and a attack strength. Like strength stats. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, man. I think this was built on the same... This looks like an eerily similar engine to Smash Ultimate. Oh, yeah.
だからエアライドではコースを選んでからマシンライダーを選ぶことになります。しかしライダーが選べるとなると
You might be wondering, isn't Kirby the only one who can use copy abilities?
カービーシリーズですから敵キャラクターから様々なコピー
Yeah,
能力を
okay. Oh.
それはカービーのせい他のライダーが強いというか楽しさに差が出すぎますよね。
Mike.
そこで
So, everyone has copy abilities now? You went that far? Yes, we did. Dude, Sakurai has a problem, bro. Sakurai just puts too much in his games. Wow, this is so cool, though. This music is so fun. I think it makes sense for DDD. I think it's a little jarring to see, like, Meta Knight use the inhale and copy ability. But at the same time, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. It's a spin-off game. It's a game for Kirby. Oh, thank God. That would have broken... That would have broken people's analog sticks. Joy-Con drift would have been accelerated beyond belief. Yeah, I figured that they're also good for speed. I'm hoping that... Oh my God! What is that draw distance? You see the aliasing? Do you see the aliasing? That is rough, gang. That was pretty rough. My goodness. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I'm hoping that people that are really want a good competitive racer move away from Mario Kart World and go over to Kirby Air Riders. But I also think this is gonna be the F-Zero itch for a lot of people. Why would they wander around by themselves? Starman! Excels at airborne maneuvers, jumps for a burst of speed, and soars right over your rivals. I'm getting the impression that Starman is going to be overpowered. That is also the coolest looking character I've seen in a game. This is a period. Give me Omni-Man vibes.
とりあえず先にエアライド、つまりレースモードについて説明しておきましょう。個性あふれるマシンとライダーでゴールを競うものですね。最大参加人数は6人です。技術的にはもっと増やすことは可能なのですが、適切に1位を競うのは
That was a fast countdown, dog. Okay.
参加者が多くなるとごちゃごちゃしすぎたり
Too many participants in this game can make it too easy and your chances of winning can shrink.
とりあえずこれから一周だけに絞って遊んでみます。
So he's gonna play through a
人の
lap?
プレイでは画面用意するかもしれませんから
I suggest moving away from the screen a bit or making it smaller.
海のコースダグウォーターを選んでみましょう。
What?
キャラモノのレースの海コースって青い海、白い砂浜、ラテンが流れていたりして喉からリゾート風味にな
I
り
love
カ
how
ービィのエアライダーは
it's not that calm. This is in-depth Sakurai gets. Please take a look. Sick.
海の目に行ってみます。海がいきなり言われてますけどね。わーすごい。
Whoa!
なんてのんびりしてる場合じゃないですか。敵が
Ah, cool.
スタースリップというのを使いまして、つまりこのキラキラしてる星ですけど、それを捉えることでスピードアップすることができます。また自身が敵キャラクター
Is this gonna be the first time Sakurai's playing his own game and he's not immediately goaded at it?
攻撃によって
He's all the way in 6th right now. So there's only 6 racers?
攻撃によって自身を
It'll be good for online play. Be harder to have online issues, I guess. I'm hearing so many sound bites from Smash. So it must have been really easy to develop this game comparatively. Dude, this is so cool.
そしてもう水の荒れ来るのはすごいですね。生きた水というコンセ
There's
プ
a
ト
lot
で
going on at
コー
once.
スを作っています。コピーもう一個
This is a little bit Inception-y, right? There's a lot of Inception going on here.
このホイールの上つつスペシャル
What?
ど
Whoa.
うかな。このまんま巻いてっちゃおう。よしはいフィニッシュ。
Wait, he won?
ああこれは気持ちのいいやつですね。
That felt really
気持ちのいい
good.
ゲー
Okay,
ムですね。というふうに攻撃行動はいろいろあるけれど、それによってスピードアップをしていく。
Dude, this
という
is
遊びが
literally
あと
Smash.
海の目ダイナミックですね。
Oh my goodness.
音楽も含めてコースは密度高く。
The courses are very
よく作られていると思い
dense
ます
along with the music.
同じようなところがあまりなく。
I'm happy
展開が
with
変わり
that.
ます。
Honestly, with a good Sakurai game, the soundtrack will always be one of the best parts. Because I mean, looking at the render distance, that's certainly not one of the best parts. That's no fault of Sakurai; it's the fault of Nintendo, I believe, at least. But hey, what do I know? I'm also looking at the 1.2.1 patch notes. Ooh, ooh. Dude, what? Oh my god, dude. Holy textures. Holy textures. There's no way people are... There's no way that people aren't mentioning this.
大事なテクニックをご紹介しておきます。まずはスタースリップ。マシンは星をまき散らかしながら走りますが、その星を得ることでスピードアップできます。つまり後続有利。ライバルが走った軌跡を捉えていきましょう。
This game makes Mario Kart look like a ripoff. I don't know.
ヒット時に出てくる星屑を受けてスピード
I
アッ
don't
プ
know
で
about
きま
that.
す。星屑はマシンのパワーである。いろんな攻撃アクションができるゲームですが、先行者の邪魔を
They're not remotely trying to accomplish the same things outside of the fact that it's races.
後ろにつくことにより、また攻撃により自身をスピードアップさせてそう遊びます。
So much more combat oriented.
なおゴールした後、
Here's what happens when you cross the finish line. If you're playing online and not with friends, you can jump into another session right after you complete a race. Cool. You don't have to wait for the others to finish. Wow, you can just be like, you guys are too slow. I'm going to another lobby. That's really cool, actually. I do appreciate that. Turbo Star. Rocket Star. Ooh. Cool. Rex Wheelie. Hey. In air ride mode, you can adjust the in-game rules, such as number of laps. You can also slow down the game speed for an easier, more accessible experience. Cool. The game's average cruising speed is higher than the original. Okay, cool. I prefer it being faster paced. I am a 3D Sonic player after all. Oh? Retired. City Trial! Yes! Yes. City Trial took place on a map, giving a man a space. No way. Open world? Oh, shoot. Oh, my goodness. Skya! It's the only City Trial map. Okay, so this looks like a Smash Tour board. Okay. Oh, this is really small. The urban district, okay. Okay. Cave system. Interesting. I like the lighting. It just looks kind of small. Underground Mall. Sick. Underground Mall sounds like an awesome aesthetic. Honestly, yeah. Sea. It's just, yes, the sea.
ゲームの流れをざっくりご紹介します。このスカイヤーを舞台に自由に走り回り、マシンを見つけて乗り換え、あちこちに落ちているパープを拾い集めます。
Yeah, I think Sakurai was really happy to work on just a city trial thing after Smash Run again, inspired by Kirby Air Ride. So cool. And then you head to the stadium. This is what I'm going to be the most excited for. Oh, is it only up to 2 players? Only up to 2? 16 players? 16 players. And you can play 2 on each console. You can have 16 players in a game instead of 4. Okay, the map is bigger than previously, okay. For 16 people, goddamn. I imagine it's very fun to play solo, honestly. I think it's a thing that a lot of people are going to play solo first, and then get familiar with the map layout and everything. That's my guess. Yeah, I want to see how this is. You start with a small machine, the compact star. Okay. I imagine so. You have to find other machines. Okay. That's cool. I got a freaking hangnail. Cool. ライトスターと自身のマシンが壊れかけている場合に限り、空車にただぶつかるだけでも乗り換えられます。That's kind of cool. 前作はいちいち降りる必要があったので、Yeah, you always had to dismount. Interesting.
なお後者もスペシャル
No, they don't. This is Sakurai. I want you to keep bouncing on it this time around, bro.
相手の壊れかけマシンを奪うこともで
You
き
could
ます
also steal an opponent's machine if theirs is about to
そ
break.
してパワーアップ
Wait,
を行い
really?
ますパワーアップには種類があり
You can boot people off of their rides. You can just Grand Theft Auto them like that.
旋回効力攻撃力防御力など自身を有利にするものが
Yeah.
コンテナがあったらクイックスピンなどで壊しましょうクイックスピンはいわゆる
Quick spin is
レバーガチャ
basically a
キッ
stick
トをガチャガチャする
stack
ことで発動します攻撃アイテムでライバルを攻撃し
or a stick shake,
パワー
I
アップを落と
guess.
させて奪うこともできます
Nice.
もしもマシンが壊れたらライダー単体で歩いたりジャンプすることができます
I feel like there's gonna be so many people that just play the game like running around outside of a star or a ride.
さまざまな箇所でマシンを乗り換えパワーアップを取って強化していきますフィールドではさまざまなイベントが起こります
Oh my god, dude, that alert just like kind of freaked me out for a second. That's my ringtone for. That's my alarm. That's a sound, not ringtone.
その中で特に
I'll introduce some new events that stand out in particular. Okay, hit me with them. Hit me with
ショー
them.
トレースとデスマッチ
Dust up
そ
derby.
れらのイベントが始まるとフィールドのどこかにスタートエリアが生じますまずはそこに急いでください
Whoa.
もちろん参加しないのも手です
So you don't have to
スター
participate.
トまでの待ち時間にパワーアップをもらい続けられます
Whoa.
ショートレースの場合スタート地点に入った人でフィールドの一部を区切った街中レースが
And this is still during the city trial before the final stadium showdown.
レース参加者はゴースト化しており
Cool.
干渉できませんレースが終わったら順位に応じたパワーアッ
That's really cool.
プデスマッチの場合スタート地点に入った人同士でバトルしますもちろんバトル寄りの性能にしていた人がいる
I imagine so, yeah. So people are definitely going to be prioritizing strength and speed stats more than other things if they're going to be in these miniature game modes, is my assumption. Your durability will recover and you can resume exploring Skya. That's an insane power bump. Wow. Everything got better. Except for gliding in that situation, but... Get bosses? Dude, I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. People are really liking this, too. You've earned a like from me. Sakurai Direct Surge is always a good time, man. There's only been more people joining in since it started, so... These are only ever good things. Huge unidentified pillars appeared. So many random events. Holy chunky textures. Items become giant so the stats are worth more. I love that. It's always a good feeling. Rush to the portals! Hurry, hurry! Aw. It's not a good idea to just blindly collect as many as you can. You want to create like a certain set, right? Holy shit, dude. Interesting. People could literally just make counterplays to your build. See, like, as much as I loved City Trial as a mode, again, because I didn't grow up with the game, this is still very fresh to me, so I'm really digging this info dump. This is nice. Wow. Holy crap. Skilled in turning.
5分のフィールド戦の後、決戦の舞台スタジアムを一部ご紹介しましょう。
Oh, cool. That kind of gave me home run contest vibes. Race straight ahead as fast as you can. That's a raw top speed stat one. Target flight. Oh, you got it. Yes. Good job. I like Dust Up Derby. Just kill each other. To die. Skydive. Fun. Holy payout. Dang. Wow, a lot of different competitions. Dude, I'm amazed. I'm amazed by how much he's been able to mention here. It's insane. Make it 70, Nintendo. Please swallow your pride.
中には100人で対戦をするようなゲームもあるので気にしないでいいのかもしれないけれどあんまり勝ち目がないのも厳しい。
Having a low chance of winning is
せ
tough.
っかく育てたマシンがスタジアムのランダムによって勝ち目が一切ないというのも
Oh no. Uh-oh.
そのいい加減さが面白さかな。アバウトで適当だからこその良さもあります。
Interesting.
どんなマシンでもある程度
Came up with a way so that any machine can compete to some extent. There's gonna be a meta. There's gonna be a meta. You can choose the stadium you want to compete in from the four that appear. Okay. 4 at random. You get to choose. Nothing wrong with that. Oh man, the sun is coming through the window. I love it. 16人の参加者は同じく提示された4つのスタジアムのどこかに入ることになりますが、どこに誰が入ったのかはスタートするまで分からず、ここから駆け引きが始まっています。自分が飛行型マシンだからと飛行系競技を選ぶのも手ですが、誰かがより突出した飛行マシンを完成させていたと見たら、対戦を避けてスピード系や障害物系に行くのもありですね。もちろんその裏を書いて、突出した飛行マシンが飛行競技ではなくスピード競技に入るのもありです。なるほど。これは面白いですね。では、シティトライアルを CP 相手にワンプレイしてみましょう。CP を11人。 I'll add 11 computer-controlled players for a 12-player battle. Okay. 毎回展開がコロコロ変わるので、取れ高が高いものになる。 Let's see what you give us here, Sakurai. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how good you are at this game.
始めます。最初のライトスターは弱いので。
Is he gonna play through the whole 5 minutes?
近くのマシンに
I guess that explains why this is 45 minutes, huh?
乗り換えは簡単で Y ボタンをポンと押すだけで、
Wow.
すぐにできます。最初のライトスターだったら特にボタンを外して、ぶつかるだけで乗り換えることができます。そして当面はコンテナを見つけて、それを破壊して中身を得るというのが
And he's kind of just like Sunday driving through. He's just kind of like cruising around. Even though he just changed his star, his ride.
イベントが起こるんですけど、今空を飛びやすくなったみたいです。飛びやすくなったからこれだったらプーッと結構能力なのに上の方まで行けそうですね。なかなかいいかもしれない。ちょっと地下街とか見てみましょうかね。空飛びやすくなってるのになんだっけ。
I really like how dense this city trial map looks, though. It's so huge. And you know, yeah, for 16 people, dude. 16 people at once. I can't even get over that. That's wild to me. 16-player Smash Run. Imagine that. Like Smash Run with 16 people and it's in 3D. That's cool. And you can just fly across this super fast.
駅をつなぐ環状線がこうやってあるんですね。外側を回っています。そして横の方に入力をしておくと左の方ですね。赤い線になって途中下車ができる。 というような要素もあります。レアコンテナ。
I think people are gonna be a little annoyed if we don't get a release date. If we don't get a release date, people will be miffed. Because this is supposed to be a 2025 title, right? And I personally don't see this serving as a holiday title. So September, early October at the latest, I think is what makes sense. It would line up for a September direct as well, so. I have to readjust my seating. Oh my gosh. Sword! Dang, okay. Okay, Sakurai? Cooking. Wow. I might have earned too many power-ups. But the trial is still going on. He just buffed up as hell now. That's insane. What on earth? Man, the 5 minutes do fly by though, in here, I guess. Ain't this something? Wee!
火山の中にも入れますが、それは中身内緒にしておこうかなと。ここ闘技場ですね。
Whoa. Dang, man. But let's ignore that. Oh, there's something up there, huh? Interesting. I guess you want your weight to, you want to have more weight if it's a skydive event, right? Whoa! Oh man, oh, that's so cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's what he bumped into. Holy crap, he's flying far out, dude. This game is wild. City Trial is why the game had to be moved over to Switch 2 for development, because of all these freaking, like, stuff like this Gordo and all that. This Gordo swarm. I was gonna say, is he not gonna get back in his wing? He just calls them machines, but I'm using star, ride, machine, and everything. It's like very interchangeably. I love this music. Cool. And that's it. I think it would have been funny if it was like, and that's it, and the direct just ended. My goodness. Pretty heavy. Oh, excuse me. I think target flight, it does say recommended. So the recommended, I guess, comes along with what your stats would be best with. Hit score panels. Okay. I can do that.
2回のチャレンジで、より高い得点を取った人が勝ちというルールです。100を狙うよ。
Nice job, Kirby.
よしよし。見ての通り100
Oh, so you jump off afterwards, or?
そのシャッターのタイミングによっては全然狙っても取れないということがあるので注意が必要ですね。
Interesting.
他の人たちの様子を見てみようかしら。いや、いい。
That's so cool.
また100を狙う。もちろん先に取られてまずいねこのタイミング。危ない。
Good job.
ギリでしたけど。
Cooked. Cooked.
そして下の方カービィがちょこちょこ走ってますね。
Yeah, look at him walling around the screen like that. That's a massive map, too. Like.
はい、1位。
Good job.
お疲れ様でした。
There were 16 people though.
ラックルジ
I
ョー
thought.
が、ライトスターに乗ってますね。これは、スタジアムに入る前にマシンが壊されてたりなかったりするとライトスターに戻されちゃうということになるので気をつけましょうということで、このゲーム面白いな。シティトライアルでした。
That indeed is City Trial.
ところでアイテムについての新要素。
There's a new item feature.
アイテムは新しいものを拾うと上書きされますが、使用中のものを一つだけ取っておくことが
Oh, you can reserve an item? I see.
コピー能力は毎回使い切りでストックできませんが、アイテムはストックに入り、空きが出たら
Can't reserve a
自動
copy
的に戻って
ability.
ただし使いかけの状態で
Makes
戻るの
sense.
でご注意。半分使っていたら半分なくなっています。ほぼ切れている場合はストックされずに消滅します。
Oh, really? Ooh.
スタジアムについて、たまにスタジアムが16人全員で一つに統一されることもあります。前作と同じルールということになりますが、この場合スタジアム選択はなしです。コ
Interesting.
ース開始前に予告がある場合と、いきなり全員一緒になる場合があります。
Skydive 1!
予告がある場合、
Air
そのスタジアム
Collider!
に有利そうなマシンはみんな
Dude, I should be an
欲しがります
announcer for these freaking Sakurai projects, man.
フィールド時、
I'd
アイ
cook.
テムの予言の書や
In
アナウンスで
Skya.
スタジ
I
アム
like
誌を
Skya.
教えてくれることもありますが、
It's a cool
アナウン
name.
スはたまに偽情報を混ぜてくるからご注意。なお今回はよーく見ると偽情報を見破れるかも。なお一つのスタジアムには8人まで入場できます。人気が集中して同じスタジアムに8人以上が入ると自動的に2組に仕分けられます。そこで疑
Interesting.
問が、たまたま1人だけのスタジアムになったらどうなるのでしょう。
What's going on here? No
あな
contest.
たに敵はいなかった。大勝利
Yeah,
です。
a major
一応
win!
その後、その
Yay!
時のライバルたちの性能を持った CP と遊ぶこともできます。
So you win anyway. Like, so you win, but it's like, hey, like, we'll still give you something to
オン
do.
ラインで誰かと
That's
遊ん
fun.
でいる場合、自身が終わったらさっさと次のセッションにつなぐのはエアライドと同じです。好きなだけ遊んでみてください。
So City Trial.
参加人数が少ない時の対戦では
What? Tilt to
投
vote.
票によってスタジアムを抽選することもできます。
Okay.
前作同様、完全ランダムにもでき
Interesting.
ますのでルールをいじってみてください。スタジアムは同じ種類でもバリエーションがある場合があります。これはまたたっぷり遊べたもんですね。ファンに長年愛されたシティトライアル、ここに来て新作で
Awesome.
遊べるようになり
I'm
まし
I'm
た。
glad to see it's back. I really am.
ぜひお楽しみください。
Main theme.
Horizon vast and ending, swirling clouds above. Long and winding roads go out, beckoning you on. Now with it.
オープニングで少し流れていましたが、今回メインテーマがあります。
Yeah.
マシン
It's
と共に
cool.
ある喜びをストレートに歌った歌です。いくつかのコースの曲とと
It'll
も
be
に
released later today on Nintendo
この後
Music.
すぐに公開されますのでよろしければどうぞ。
Oh, they refreshed the Mario render for Nintendo Music. Man, that denim. Closing points.
単な
Okay.
るコミカルレースゲームではないことは伝わりましたでしょうか。元のゲームは20年以上前のものですが、古さを感じさ
I
せ
think
ず
so.
斬新な、しかも他のゲームでは楽しめない遊びがあると思います。今回の番組はこれで区切りですが、紹介しきれていないことがまだまだあります。いずれさらに魅力を伝えたいと思いますので、ご期待いただければと思います。それでは。
What? What? So is this game just not coming out this year anymore, or there are more details you want to share later? That's unreal to me. There's still more? That's insane to me. Whoa. Whoa. Who is it? Whoa. There's an adventure mode. Okay. Cool. We got an adventure mode. It is late November. Okay. All right. All right. Interesting. Late November. Not what people were expecting. People are saying dark matter. Okay, so it's an established character. Okay. November 20th. 3 months from now. Interesting. Peak game. November 20th. Thank you, Sakurai. What's the price? We won't know, guys. We won't know until it's time. I knew it was going to come out November. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. What does that mean for Metroid? Yeah, what does that mean for Metroid, guys? Metroid... Dude, Metroid, we still don't know what's going on with that. And I think we should be hopefully finding that out soon. I don't know, but that was all I was really expecting to see, and all I was expecting to really do this morning. I don't know what I was really expecting. I guess if I was expecting anything with this direct, it was going to be a release date of September, which we obviously just did not get, and that's totally fine. I don't see Kirby Air Riders being a game that I get immediately at launch. You know, I see Kirby Air Riders as a thing of like, it's been a couple of years. There's a bunch of new content out now, and it's time to check it out. That's how I see it. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to get into, for this morning. I, again, didn't expect to be doing a stream today. My day is booked. So obviously, I have other things that demand my attention. But I'm glad I was able to squeeze this in the morning. I am now going to get about the rest of my day. But thank you guys for tuning in with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the direct. Are you guys looking forward to Kirby Air Riders? I'm looking forward to it for everyone else's sake. But it's not something I'm going to be getting into, I don't think, until way after the fact. I'm much more looking forward to the Forgotten Land expansion pack in terms of the realm of Kirby. And then when we get to the holiday season, Prime 4 is going to keep my attention, not Kirby Air Riders. But that's just me speaking for myself. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later this week, most definitely. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. I will see you later. Yeah. Yeah. Peace out.